What up, Black Suburban Dad here. Still on site in Manila. Well, it's really Makati. It's outside of Manila, but man, just looking out this window, all the sunshine, the humidity, how hot it is. The low is 81 degrees, and I'm here for 10 days, and the high is right around 100. So if you're in America, if you're a single guy, if you're a single lady, why not get out of the country? Now, look, it is great to explore America. There's so many great states, so many great locations and historical landmarks that you can go to. But if you have the funds, if you have the passport, you have the ability to travel outside the country, you will see that everything that happens in America, I mean, it doesn't apply to you outside of America. Out here, I'm an American. I jumped in the elevator a while ago, and I was talking to this girl from Australia because there's a myriad of different. It seemed like everybody from every country comes over here and they meet in the Philippines. But I was talking to her, and I didn't pick up on her Australian accent right away, but she picked up on mine right away. I was like, she was like, yep, that's the first thing I noticed about you was that American accent. I was like, oh, well, I didn't even notice I got an accent. So it's things like that, man. Like, you're just an American. I mean, sure, I will say one thing. This is for sure. Black people, no matter where you are, because we've been effing up so much all over the planet, you're going to get that stereotype. So what's funny is the girl that I was hanging out with yesterday, and I have a personal driver out here too. But when they picked us up last night, and I also have another friend out here, but they picked us up last night, and they were speaking in Tagalog, and then they were talking in American, but they were pretty much saying, man, you're one of the good ones. I was like, damn, is that? They said I'm one of the good ones. I was like, wow. Like, so, yeah, you're definitely, black people carry that stereotype. White people, not so much. I don't know about Mexicans. But I do know black people carry that stereotype around the globe. It's not even, you think America, man, I'm telling you, bro. You think America is racist and all these other things. They're not even racist over here. These people are looking at me like, wow, what is that over there? I don't think I ever seen one of them before. But it's cool, though, because they're not tripping. You know, everybody's treated me with respect and just nice. They just don't see black people all the time. But it's cool, man. I like it. You will understand that you're just a peon. You know, you're just America. America is different than anywhere else. So all that racism stuff, go ahead and leave that in America. Because when you leave and you go to another country, it might not apply as far as you being a black man and I'm a black guy in a oppressed system and a black. Guess what? They're looking at you like
nobody cares, nigga.
You're only American once you leave here, unless you're sometimes a certain type of black guy. They're definitely going to put the stereotype on you. But anyway, yeah, I'm having a great time. But I want to get into, I got 2 emails that I want to write. I mean, not that I want to write, that I want to read. Jesus.
Nope.
Okay, so let me pull them up real quick. And hopefully, because I still don't have my settings right because I'm not at home. And this is actually the way that I'm going to do my show right now. I feel like I like to read the emails, and I like to be a problem solver for people out there that don't have a damn clue in life. And trust me, there's a lot of people out there that have no clue in life, all the way from the age of 16 all the way until you're the homie's dead and gone. So with this email, it says a 25-year-old male is with a 25-year-old female in an 11-year-long relationship. Is it time to end this? Man, I hate to see good things come to an end, but sometimes things aren't as good as you would want them to be. I mean, it is what it is, man. That's life, that's relationships. It's things that we got to deal with. So I'm going to read this email. I want to see exactly what these people are going through. People are so quick to end relationships now. I just wish it wasn't like that. It wasn't like this 20 years ago, but, people would actually try to stick together now. Single, independent, I don't need no man, or the guy's like, F this B, I'm going to just live my life single and do my own thing. All this family building towards the future, you need me, I need you, all that stuff is going out the window now. We're into a different, a very different dating dynamic and a dynamic of how we're going to live our lives. And I think it started right around COVID-19, and it just transpired, and now we are going nuclear with it right now. So if you're not ready, then you're going to get left behind. But as I read these emails, you'll see my perspective, and I'll tell you exactly what's going on out here. So let's see, 25-year-old male with a 24-year-old female, okay, right in the same ballpark. I would say age gap dating would be better. So this is already starting off on a bad foot. But if you age gap, that's like they used to do back in the day. My sister, she actually age gapped, and she's still married right now. If you're a 24-year-old female, I think you should be gunning for a 35-year-old male, because he's going to be more emotionally mature. He's going to have more. He's going to have his life situated better than somebody that's right around your age. So yes, you can still do we're going to build our life together if he's 10 years older than you. But he will already be ready to lead. He'll be in that leadership position because he'll have more knowledge, more experience. He'll probably be situated in his job better than somebody that's right around your age. So you definitely want an age gap. I think that's one of the things that we're missing in America. I mean, I age gap like a mother sucker. I ain't even going to tell you about yesterday. So I've been with my girlfriend for 11 years. We went to the same school. And so they went to the same school, so he's known this girl. He's seen this face, so he's very familiar with her, probably very comfortable. It's probably a girl that he actually wanted, but he can never get with. Maybe she was the cool girl. He wasn't the cool guy, and then once they got out of school, they figured none of that cool shit matters. Let's just get together because it seems like a good guy. We went to the same school, and I've been with her through everything. Helping her write emails, filling out job applications, being her emotional support through every big decision. I mean, I think being her emotional support through every big decision, man, that's, as a guy, that's really going to wear on you. I think she actually needs to have girlfriends to have as an emotional support animal, because that's what you are. You're that emotional support animal. When you see people walking around with that dog on the leash and it's got that band over it saying emotional support animal, or girls walking around with a gecko or iguana talking about it's my emotional support animal. First of all,
Nobody cares, nigga.
but anyway, that's you. But I think that if you're a man, you should have a guy that you should be able to talk to about, some of the things that you don't want to tell your girl about, because this whole girl guy best friend, I don't believe in that. Girls and guys can't be best friends. If you're a girl, then you need to have girls that you can lean on instead of emotionally trauma dumping on your guy, not your guy best friend, but your guy friend or your so-called soulmate or your boyfriend, your whatever you want to call it, whatever they're calling it nowadays. Fiance, husband. You want to have a girlfriend instead of just emotionally trauma dumping on him, because there's some things that only girls can understand, that girls spit out. Guys can't understand everything that you're saying, okay? And they're not going to want to hear that, because we're kind of short-sighted in some sense. If you emotionally dump on a guy, he's going to want to just fix that problem. Like, hey, okay, well, oh my God, man, Sally, she was talking to this, and blah, blah, blah. He's like, okay, well, tell that bitch to shut up. And she's like, man,
Nobody cares, nigga.
about what you're saying, because I'm just trying to dump on you, baby. I don't need a resolution to this. I just want to trauma dump on you. But guys, they just want to fix a problem, and that's just the way it is. Whenever she had doubts or cold feet, I was the one who encouraged her and pushed her forward. Okay, that's good for you. I agree with that. I've always listened to her problems and tried my best to help solve them. Like I said, guys are problem solvers, but sometimes girls don't want a resolution to the problem. They just want to trauma dump and live in that infamy, living that undying, just that loop of insane nonsense chaos. They just want to live in that chaos. And that's things that you got to leave them to their own devices. You got to let them figure it out. A lot of times they won't, but whether you like it or not, girls like chaos. That's just how it is. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind doing these things. I love her. And because of that, I want to make her life easier and be there when she's struggling. Okay. But lately I've started to feel real lonely. Real lonely because all you're doing is you're fixing her problems and you're not even worried about yourself. And you're starting to see the selfishness of your girl. You're starting to see the selfishness of your girlfriend. You've been with her. You've been with her for 11 years. Why haven't you married this girl already? If you haven't married her in 11 years, then maybe you see something that, hey, this girl isn't marriage material. Maybe you should go ahead and get out of that relationship right now. Because 11 years, I think, just to be with somebody and not take it to the next level, look, that's a red flag in my eyes. If you're not going to keep advancing, then why even be in it? It's hot out here in the Philippines. Okay, what is this? All right. Yeah, so that's a problem right there. I think that you guys are sticking in this relationship way too long without advancing. And if you're not doing that, either both of you or one of you see a problem that this thing that's making this relationship stall and not get to the next level. So that's the issue right there that you probably need to address. Okay, and like I said, this guy, he said that where's it at? He said he's been struggling lately. He's starting to feel real lonely. And like I said, because he's pretty much giving everything, he's not getting anything in return. So he's trying to fix all her problems. And he's starting to see like, man, I can't fix all this girl problems because every time I fix one thing, another thing comes up. Because what he doesn't understand, she doesn't want all her problems fixed. Some of these problems that he's fixing, she don't even need them fixed. She's just trying to tell him about her day or tell him what's going on. This is a her problem. This isn't a him problem. So you're putting too much energy into this situation and you're not getting the reciprocation that you want. You're not getting the validation that you're helping her out that you want. So yes, it's going to make you feel lonely when, you try to get into bed with her at night, be like, hey, baby.
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
And she's like, well, baby, I'm stressed out. Maybe tomorrow. And you're like, strike one. Strike it out again. So yeah, you're feeling lonely. You and your little mate. Your little shipmate is feeling lonely. When I'm the one going through something tough, it feels like she doesn't notice. Like I just said, because you're giving out all this energy and you're not getting it in return. You're not getting the reciprocation. Hold on. Drinking a lot of water out here. Because you're giving out all this information and you're expecting her to take it and use it, but she's not doing that. And then when you have an issue, well, she's like,
Nobody cares, nigga.
It's all about me. So you starting to see how selfish your girlfriend is. What it is I'm on the outside looking in, so I'm able to see that this situation is not going to last. They're definitely not going to stay together. She's being selfish. He probably knows that, but he actually does not want to go up to her and tell her that because he knows that it's going to be the end of that relationship. If not the end, it's going to start to go into a spiral and they're going to be having fights that he does not want to engage in. Telling you right now, guys do not want to fight with women. They do not at all. They want to solve your problems. If you come and emotionally trauma dump on them and you take that information and you go solve the problem. A lot of times it isn't like that. So yes, it's going to be leaving the guy to feel lonely and sometimes depressed. She doesn't ask how I'm doing or what's going on with me. She just talks about her own life, this and that, and then moves on. Yeah, like I said, she's like,
Nobody cares, nigga.
About you when you talk about your mansplaining and everything that the man is doing and we're in the system of the man and yep, we're in the system of the man. I mean, you got women out here trying to be bosses, but I say
Nobody cares, nigga.
About that. Okay, we're talking about relationships and you don't really matter. As long as you're bringing in a paycheck, you fix the faucet, you mow the grass. If you guys have a house, you're probably living in an apartment, which is okay too. If you're helping her clean up, helping her do household duties, it doesn't matter. As long as you bring that check in and you help her around the house and just every now and then you give her a little bit of
bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
Well, she'll be fine with that and she'll stick up under you forever. causing you a bunch of emotional trauma, and she don't care. She'll do this forever until your ass have a heart attack and pass away, and then she's on to the next one. I tried talking to her about it. I told her how I feel, but nothing has really changed, and nothing will change. She is loyal, and I still love her, but it's starting to hurt. I'm tired of feeling like I'm emotionally alone in this relationship. I don't want to keep repeating myself either. What should I do? Well, you should leave her. Like I said, you be like this. And I'm out of here. What you need to do is wait until she go to work, and just say if you go to work before her on a normal basis and you just stay home that day. She's like, oh, baby, I thought you were going into work. You'd be like, oh, I just took the day off because I've been stressed at work. Or either, hey, we're going to start late today on a project. Manager said we can just come in late. It's just one of those days. She's already going to be looking at you side eye like, wait, his ass is up to something. But you got to wait till she goes, and she'll probably blow your phone up throughout the day because women know, they have their intuition. He's planning something. And a lot of times they're wrong. A lot of times they really are wrong. You just be planning to go out to the bar with your boys, and she think you clapping cheeks.
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
But what you're going to do is you probably need to let her go to work, and as soon as she gets it, you look at her, you're like, okay, well, she should be clocked in right about now. And you call her. Hey, baby, how's work doing? Oh, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. What about your work husband? Yeah? Y'all still talking? Okay, yeah. Y'all should go to lunch and stuff. You be you be talking out of pocket all crazy anyway. Wait till confirm that she's at work. Have your U-Haul ready. Go pack your shit up and get up out of there, man. That's what I suggest. Because this thing ain't going to change unless you really want to just live a life in straight strife and just be, you're leading yourself towards a depression state. If you get into a depression state, best believe me, she won't stop. She'll notice that you're depressed and she'll just pile on. She'll keep boom, 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 hitting you with that, okay? Until you're just sick. Until your body just feels sick and you can't put up with it anymore. This could be a situation where she doesn't even like you. She wants to get out of it, and this is the way of her getting out of it. And as far as you said that she still loves you and she's loyal, well, I'd say
Nope.
Nah, I don't know about all that, because if she was loyal and she still loves you, she wouldn't be putting all this trauma on you. She really wouldn't. So, and that's the thing, man. A lot of guys out there, they're surprised. You would be surprised how many girls out there don't love their husband, don't love their boyfriend. They're there for a reason, which I get it. So I've understood that now. Me, I don't expect to be loved. The girl that I was with yesterday, of course she's not going to love me. We just hung out. But just say when I go back to the States, and if I was to get a girlfriend, which is highly unlikely, I'm not going to expect her to love me. But if I do get in a long-term situationship or a relationship, just say if I brought somebody from the Philippines, because American girls are trash. If I brought somebody from the Philippines, I'm not going to expect her to love me. I'm not even looking for that anymore. All I'm looking for is respect. Give me respect, and that whole love thing, maybe she'll love me, maybe she won't. But as long as I see that you respect me and you give me some of that.
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
Hey, well, we can have a good life together. All right? All these relationships that are predicated off of love, I think that's kind of like where we're messing up. And that whole thing that I just did right there was not on the screen. Once again, because I don't have my settings right. I thought I had that email up on the screen, but obviously I didn't. So anyway, I got another email that I want to read, and I got to pull this up on my phone because, like I said, I don't have my normal settings. So let me go ahead and send this to my computer, and then we can I'll actually pull this up. I actually did this yesterday too. On the episode I did yesterday, I did the same exact thing. Okay, well, this is the wrong email. Hold on a second. Oh man, it looks like I pulled up the same exact. Wait, let's go into. Oh man, I'm kind of messing up right now. All right, yeah, I pulled up the same exact email. So it looks like that's all I have right now, and maybe I'll come back with another one. Actually, I know I'll come back with another one. But yeah, man, working remote, and this isn't work yet because I don't get enough views, but doing this remote, it's kind of tough. It's definitely kind of tough. And let me see this real quick. I'm able to actually pull up an email on the fly, and I can send it to my computer. And this right here, what I'm about to do right here, it'll prove that I actually don't read any of these emails. All I do is respond to them. So with that said, I'm actually going to bring it up on the screen so you'll be able to see it. And we're going to get into this email real quick. And I have no idea what it's about. I just seen the word manipulation. I was like, okay, well, I know about manipulation, so let's get into it. This right here says, I'm really starting to believe it's a manipulation thing from older men. Okay, this is something I can get into. I'm an older guy, even though I don't look like it. I actually am. And I'm actually around the age that they're saying right here. It says, so if you're not familiar with Hinge, it's a dating site. I'm a 21-year-old female, okay? I get likes from older men all the time, and recently I've come to catch that a lot of them would lie about their age and remove 10 to 15 years, and I snoop and I find out later. Okay, which is stupid for guys to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. If you're 45, put that you're 45. If you're 38, put that you're 38. If you're 56, put that you're 56. One thing that I don't agree with is to go out here and just lie to women. You shouldn't be doing that, okay? Don't sit up here and try to manipulate women. Don't sit up here and try to lie to women. Honestly, it makes you look like a piece of shit, and they're going to find out anyway. That's the thing with these guys out here, man. They sit up here and they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to run game. I'm going to trick her. Who are you tricking? You're only tricking yourself. Because that just shows to me that you don't know women. They are going to investigate you. They're going to use little manipulation tactics. They're going to use their sneaky intuition. They've been investigating guys since the dawn of day. All right? Since Eve did what she did. Okay? Bit the apple. Whatever the hell she did. They've been investigating guys. So there's no way you're going to be able to get around her investigative tactics because she's got thousands of years on you. So don't sit up here and try to lie to women. Don't sit up here and try to manipulate them because they'll turn around and they'll just manipulate you. Now, in some situations, some guys can get away with it. If you're like a good-looking guy, Pookie, a Giga Chad, a Chad, they'll be paying attention too much to your looks and all the Pookie shit and the Chad shit that you're doing. So it might throw them off their game just a little bit. But if you're just a normal guy, trust me, she got time to investigate you. So you're not gonna be getting away with much. And they find 10 to 15 years, she snoop around and she finds out. So today I got a like from an older guy. Age was displayed 43, and he looks way older, so I just accepted him. I was bored, and I messaged. This thing is written all weird. Who do you expect to believe you're 43? Then he goes on to say he is actually 43 and turns 44 in October. I just can't believe it, so I searched him up, and truth is he's not 43 like initially figured. So then instead of calling him out, I just messaged him and said, haha, that's so funny because I'm 41. After he read my message, he asked, but your profile says 21. I didn't respond, but 5 minutes later, he unmatched. I don't even know what the hell she's talking about, but it seems like what I just said is true. When you try to manipulate her, she's going to turn around and manipulate you. Dude, she got thousands of years on you, okay? So she'll find the little thing that you said. She'll flip it around, flip the script, and she'll start to use the manipulation tactics on you. And if you try to push back towards her, well, she'll push even harder in a different way. So, I mean, they've been doing this for years. You can't beat them on manipulation. It's not going to happen. If you're not ready to box in that ring, then don't get in there. To me, this just affirms the manipulation narrative that these men really are looking for young girls because it's easier to manipulate them than older women. It's the email. Because let's say I was 41, I still look the same on my profile, so it's not the young woman look better narrative. Well, here's what I have to say about that. Because young women do look better. Young women, it is what it is. Young women do look better. Younger guys look better. But then if you get an older guy like me, you can see the maturity in my face. You see the maturity in my face. You can look into my eyes. You can be like, damn, that guy's been through some things. He must know some stuff. So you got that with the older guys. But yes, older women do look better. I mean, younger women do look better than older women. And if you're saying that you're 41 and you're actually 21, I have the eye of the tiger, and I'll be able to sniff that shit out in a second, in a New York minute. I know what a 41-year-old woman looks like. Even if she has Botox, work done, she's got the fake boobs. I know what a 41-year-old woman looks like. She's got liposuction. And I know what a 21-year-old woman looks like. 21-year-old woman looks like she's 18. Okay? A 41-year-old woman, from my experience, look like she's about 46. And that's just the way it is. So I got the eye of the tiger. I can sniff that out and see that. And older men do like younger women. That's just how it is. Also, it's not about fertility, because on his profile it says has kids and want no more kids. He already started off his message trying to manipulate me into thinking he was 43. And he's not the only older man on these apps doing this. What is wrong with these older men? Well, I mean, he's just being a piece of shit, honestly. And he's just not being honest with himself. Maybe he is trying to manipulate you. Maybe he's just trying to sit up here and maybe he's been listening to some Andrew Tate or listening to some dating coaches on YouTube. And they're telling him to do this. Oh, man, when you write a profile, just tell him that you're not the age that you are right now. Just go and say that you're 10 years younger. Something stupid like that. I don't even know if it says exactly how old this guy was. But look, man, if you're a guy, just go out here, just be truthful. Because the girls, they're going to find out anyway. They're going to reverse image search you. Excuse me. They're going to look for you on Google. They're going to find your Facebook, your fake book, your Instagram. They're going to find you, and they're going to see who you actually are. They're going to see if you actually got kids. As far as the fertility thing, she said it's also not about fertility because on his profile it says has kids. I mean, I got a dating profile too, and it says the same thing. It says that I don't want any more kids, but when I do know that you're fertile, as an older guy, it's like when you get around a girl that's fertile, man, it like you can smell the pheromones. It does something to you. If you get around a girl that has all the plumbing taken out, well, it's not even as exciting. And I'm just telling you this, whether you like to hear it or not. It's not going to be as exciting for a girl. For a guy, even if he knows like, hey, I can do whatever I want to with this girl and she's not going to have a kid. It's not going to be as exciting. When he has a young, fertile girl, even if he doesn't want kids, it's exciting to him. The thought that, oh, man, I got to watch out. I got to make sure I don't spray this thing up. It's exciting to him. It's not only that. It's just the pheromones that they give off. So fertility actually is a thing, whether you like to believe it or not, because it's the chemistry, man. It's the pheromones. It's the things that we can't see. Your body gives off an energy. Your body gives off something that the males pick up, and it makes you more appealing to them. Whether you like it or not, whether you like to hear this or not, it's just the truth. That's just how guys are. It's body chemistry, man. So, all right, that's my video for today. Black Suburban Dad Reviews. Where'd I go? 30 minutes. Tell a friend to like and subscribe. Next video is still going to be up here in Manila. I think the next one might be from the beach. Or I'll probably just leave my equipment here. No need. But I'll be headed to the beach tomorrow. Anyway, tell a friend, like and subscribe to the video. You like and subscribe to the video. Black Suburban Dad Reviews. Peace. I'm out.